Hey guys, it's your usual gamer here, and to start this channel off on a good foot, thought I'd play something I actually enjoy playing, and that is this mod for Skyrim called Frostfire. Frostfire? No, Frostfall, even. Essentially, it adds this thing called exposure. It's not currently on right now, but I'm gonna turn it on in a minute. Adds this thing called exposure in a whole lot of other stuff, but exposure is the main thing. Where now you can freeze to death, and if I were to fall in the river and get wet, and then, or if it started raining and it got wet, and I started walking around somewhere cold, I'm gonna freeze to death. So it just kind of adds a touch of realism and some survival aspects, and a whole lot of new crafting things. I also have a mod called Project Reality installed. That's why the sky kind of looks different. This storm, it's kind of darker. The fog might look a little bit different. There's a couple other mods too. I think I've got some clothes from one in here. Yeah, hunter armor. So you can see it adds it's submersive armor and weapons, I think is the name of the mod. There'll be links to all of them in the description, but let's jump right in. So you can see brand new man here, brand new Mr. Nord Survivor man, and we got some stuff to sell from the beginning there at Helgen, and then we get started. So
Ain't every day we get this. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
I'm looking to do neither. I'm looking to stay alive and not die. So I guess that would be protecting myself, but not in the sense that you're talking about. So we're just gonna sell that. Come over here. We're not gonna sell anything in that. We need all of that. Can sell this Iron Tonto. That's one of the modded in weapons from Immersive Armor and Weapons. Sell. Don't sell this axe. I got this from over at the mill over there.
Aye.
It's very, very, very important that you have an axe. You can't live without one in Frostfall. But it's also best to be a pretty good archer too. Admittedly, that does help. Of course not Legolas, but I'm okay. I know what I'm doing. So anyway, you're gonna go into mod configuration. Sorry about that. Frostfall. Overview. Not started. So we need to start it. So, looking to the stars, it means quite literally. Just staring into the sky is not gonna work. So I'm gonna hop up on this rock, maybe. Oh yeah, look at it. Oh, never mind. So we're gonna wait 4, 5, 6, 7 until 8, and then yeah, that should put us right about where we need to be. Stare into the sky. Give it a second. Give it another sec. There it is. Staring up at the night sky, you reflect on how much the wilds have taught you about yourself over the last several days. You recall a book you once lost that was full of wisdom about survival in the open country. On a whim, you open your pack and find the Survivor's Guide to Skyrim staring back up at you. Had it always been there? Or had the thought alone summoned it? You push aside the thoughts as you thumb through its pages, and then carefully place it back, knowing that some things are never truly lost, like squeaky chairs. It's gonna add the book. Now the book, I'm not really gonna, I'll show you that it adds it into your inventory, but I'm not really gonna spend that much time on, because essentially I already know all this. It's just teaching you, sorry about that, how to, essentially how to make it. Tells you kind of about the new items that are added in. But more important than the new items is a spell you should get that I'm not getting right now. And the reason I'm not getting it is because I have to go into mod configuration. I don't know if that pops up if you don't have Sky UI. even if you don't have a mod that requires it, I would recommend going ahead and getting Skyrim just because it's pretty helpful and does make the inventory system a whole lot easier to manage. Go into gameplay. Turn off axe durability. Do not allow Frostfall to manage fast travel. You'll die really fast. Never pause exposure, at least I'm not going to. Frigid water is lethal. You want that on. High exposure is lethal. You want that on. Vampire immunity, turn that off. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is turn on wear. And for that to work, you're going to have to exit out of the pause menu. And see, there you go. Now it's giving me the spell. But we're gonna go in here. We're gonna drop these foot wraps. Actually, they're useless. Put on the fur boots, the fur gauntlets, and rust-spun tunic. And it's not saying it now, but it should give you an idea of how well protected the clothing you put on keeps you. Right now I'm comfortable. If it starts raining, that can change quite quickly. Or if I fall in the river. Now as for the spells, I'm going to go into magic, and here it is under whatever that is. Illusion, possibly. Not sure. Oh, powers. Duh. Says it right there in big, bold, white letters. Powers. Okay. Go into survival skill. Weather sense. Everything that weather sense can tell you, you're gonna find out anyway. So I don't use it that much. But if you select survival skills, I think it is, and then press Z, and then your power button, whatever your power button is bound to, you get this, and you can. Well, we don't need to exit. Inspect your equipment. That's kind of cheating. If you have essentially what it is, if you are wearing fur armor and it says this armor provides minimum protection or whatever, you think it should provide moderate to full. You inspect the piece of equipment and you can change how much it actually protects you. But again, that's kind of cheating. I won't be using it that much. Use status, not sure what that does. Harvest wood, it's a big deal because you have to build campfires and craft items. So of course you always need wood. And if you go into craft items, some of the items you can craft, like say stone arrows or the stone hatchet, require dense stone, which you can only find by collecting dead wood. So you can make armor using survival skills and, you know, travel cloaks, which are important too. And you can make cleaned pelts, which aren't quite as important as some other things right now. But you can make a tanning rack, which is actually very helpful, and enchanting supplies, which can be. But yeah, essentially, that's all you need to know to use it. You're probably gonna die pretty fast, though, just knowing that. But we need some more leather because we have to make a tent. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna kill a deer and skin it because I don't have enough yet. So that didn't die in one hit, and there's no way I'm gonna catch it unless I hit it with one kill. Kill it with one hit is what I meant to say. That deer's probably gonna get away. Oop, don't fall all the way in the water. I fell all the way in the water. I'm soaking wet. Now I'm gonna die. I'm probably actually not, but I am soaking wet. And well, maybe I'm not actually. The rock might have saved me. Thank you, Dwayne Johnson. I apologize for how bad that joke was. I just had to make it. Well, hello. Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, thank goodness. I've been wandering alone for so long, I thought I was kidnapped by these bandits weeks ago. I managed to pick the lock and slip out while the guards slept. But now... Oh, thank you. They're at Mistwatch. If you can stop them, you'll be a true hero.
Okay, but I'm not going to. Because I'm looking for leather. And my deer got away with my arrow. That's depressing. What we can do is run on over there and grab a stone, because I don't have one yet. Also, you're going to be noticing some screen tear, and that's interesting. Some screen tear, among other things, and it's because I don't have a bad computer. Don't get me wrong, I got a pretty good computer, but it's not top of the line. So it does chug at moments. Like, my frame rate right now is not particularly good. Would be a good way to say it, I suppose. But we'll just leave it at that. Now, still need leather, because we still don't have any. Or we do have some, but not a lot. And I don't have enough gold to buy what I'm going to need to make a tent. But there may be some dead wolves out here that I killed on my way from Helden. Not completely sure, but I think so. Yes. With their lever, really? Leather. I might be able to, make a tent. Which is all I'm really gonna make before I go on out in the woods here in Riverwood. My ultimate goal is to make it up north and live in, like, Winterhold. But that's an extreme. You can freeze to death in a very short amount of time in Winterhold. And you can actually freeze while you're away chopping wood, because your screen just goes black, and then it waits, I think, an hour, maybe, or a little bit longer than that, and you come back and you just lay the wood down on the ground and you can pick it up. But you can freeze to death. Exposure doesn't go away while you're doing that. So you can freeze to death while gathering wood, which sucks. But we're gonna use the tanning rack. Stop thinking about all the ways we're gonna die. You can see I'm warming up there from the jigger thing. What is it called? The forge. The big pool of lava and fire behind me. Yeah, I'm starting to warm up from that. Being undercover always helps too. If you're in shelter, then it warms you up faster. And you've got to be kidding me. I'm 3 short. And there's no store still open. Well, I know where I can get some, actually. That deer outside of town I won't be able to kill, but the wolves that attack you I will.